Hey guys, welcome back. If you're interested in the new Audi A3 or S3, look no further, hit that subscribe button and have a look across our channel. We've got the most A3 content across the whole of YouTube, and in this video we're going to be looking at the optional upgrade, the wireless charging box. So it's £145 and we'll show you what we think about it, why we went for it and whether it's worth it at the end of the day and whether you should be going for it. So let's jump into it. Right guys, we've come down to the wireless phone box. Immediately you'll see it's got the ambient lighting effect going on there, so that's something that's included. You'll also see that you've got your rubber mat here, which is where you effectively going to place your phone, and then you've got two rubber stoppers there. So essentially what you're supposed to do is just drop the phone in like so, and it's held there and it's not going to move around as you're driving. Now, one of the things the phone box does supposedly add, I say supposedly, it probably does, I've just not been able to test it out. By placing the phone in the box, what's now happening is it's supposedly using the antenna from the car, so boosting the signal that your phone receives. One of the problems I've faced with the charging box is if you're using a case, it's very temperamental about whether or not it's going to charge. So usually I have to remove it, so let me just do that now. Now we've got the Android ready, the next step is we'll put it back in the box. Listen out for a slight vibration, that's how you know it's charging. And you can see there on screen there's a little notification that popped up telling you the phone's charging, and then you've got your icon on the right hand side as well. So it's pretty simple to use. To be honest, you could probably get a wireless charging compatible case, which might be the issue why mine's not charging with the case on. But something to bear in mind now is it actually charges pretty slow. So I know it charges slow for Android phones as well as iPhones as well. And the problem is, if you're an Android Auto user, you're going to be connecting the USB anyway. So because wireless functionality doesn't exist yet for Androids on the Audi, you're always going to be plugging in the USB cable, which naturally then means your phone's always going to constantly be charging as well, right? With the iPhones, however, you can get away because you can use the wireless CarPlay functionality on there, but the battery does drain really fast, so you will be expected to either drop it in here so it's charging, if not plug in your USB cable. But I suspect it's exactly the same thing, and from a few iPhone users I've spoken to, they echo the same thoughts. The wireless charging is great, but it's very slow, and the USB cable charges it a lot faster. One final comment before wrapping the video up: you don't actually need this wireless charging box in order to have CarPlay working. So don't spec it up thinking that's the only way you're going to get a wireless CarPlay. I've used a car where this isn't equipped at all and the wireless CarPlay worked flawlessly. So now this is a reshoot of the original conclusion. Reason behind that is we've actually found out a little bit more about what the wireless phone box actually includes, some hidden bits that we weren't previously aware of, so I wanted to share that with you guys rather than not let you know in the video anyway. So let's start with some of the one or two things that I have found out, and then we'll wrap up with the conclusion. So number one, I mentioned in the video earlier that I wasn't able to carry out any testing on the phone signal and how that improved things. However, since filming the video, I was able to go away and download a phone signal test app, and what I basically did was took some readings before putting it in the phone box holder, and then some more readings once placing it in there. Now, I didn't see that much of a significant difference, to be honest. Not certainly enough to say yes, 100% it does boost your signal. What we also realised was when we went on the Audi Italy website, there's actually two types of phone boxes you can spec on the A3. So there's a phone box Lite, which is the one that we've got in the UK, and a phone box, I think it's called Full, but I'll put up a picture of it here anyway. And basically the full one is the one that on at least the Italian website gives you the description of boosting your signal. So that made me think, oh, if there's a €300 difference between the two, then maybe the ones we've got in the UK don't have that functionality. I got in touch with Audi UK, they've since confirmed that no, it does have the functionality, so maybe it's just down to the test guys. Like I said, looking at the car right now, I was only able to test it at home, so let's just take their word for it that it does boost the signal. Now the second thing, which is not mentioned anywhere on the websites, anywhere like that, for example, and something I hope is really useful to you guys if you're looking to spec this or were thinking to go without, is if you've got two phones, so one might be a personal phone, one might be a work phone, you actually can't connect both simultaneously to the hands-free kit without this optional upgrade. So what that means is, with the wireless phone charging box, you're able to have both your phones connected. As soon as a phone call comes through, regardless of which phone, it will come up on the virtual cockpit or the MMI, and you're able to just press one button, answer that straight away. If you've not got this optional extra, what will happen is, yes, you can technically connect two phones at the same time, but the hands-free won't be simultaneous. So what that means is, if you had phone A connected, like for example, if I had the Samsung connected right now, and the phone call came through on the Sony, what would happen is the Sony would be ringing, but I wouldn't be able to answer it. So whilst driving on the steering wheel, what I'd have to do is go into the settings, move over, select phone source, select the second phone. By that time, likelihood is that you've missed a phone call anyway. So really good to have, especially if you want your passenger's phone connected, but at the same time you might be turning around saying, well, the passenger doesn't need hands-free because they can just answer their phone call. But just wanted to put that out there, especially for those of you that are going to be doing business mileage and that side of things. So shout out to the guys on the Audi forum who worked with me to basically figure out why they couldn't do that, and then we ultimately unraveled that it was down to the fact they didn't have wireless phone box on their cars. Now, strangely, on the Audi Ireland website, it mentions that in the description here. But side by side, I'll put up the Audi UK description, and you can see how vague that one is, which is why I hope that this video helps you guys out. Now, just coming on to the summary side of things, wrapping it up, why did we go for this optional upgrade? So we went for it because at £145, we felt in the future when we come to privately sell the car that this might be a decision between somebody who's looking at a few different Audis. One, if it's got the wireless charging phone box, they're more likely to go towards it. Having now had that function, lived with it, I don't personally think it's that good. Like I said, if you connect to two phones and have iPhones, go for it because you get all of the wireless function. But if you're an Android Auto user like we are, you have to connect the USB cable anyway, at which point you're not really using the charge box because the USB cable charges your phone quicker anyway. But let us know in the comment section down below what you think of this upgrade. Did you spec it for your car? Would you do it again? Was it worth it? That side of things. Or is your money better spent elsewhere, like on a storage pack, for example? I don't know. In hindsight, I think being an Android user, we could probably live without it. It's not changed my world significantly. Yes, it's nice to have the two phones simultaneously connected, but for many people out there, you might not need that. And just remember, guys, if you are an iPhone user, you don't need this for wireless CarPlay. It will work without that. So we're quickly going to go now and start filming the 2,000 mile or 6-month ownership review, which you guys were so keen to see. I've never seen the likes on our videos shoot up so quick. So we're going to go and do that. And thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Thanks, guys.